Welcome to Beat the Number. This is the NBA Morning Edition. My name is Abby. Thank you for joining me. Monday, March the 10th. We just have about 4 to 5 NBA games to go over with you. Lines are courtesy of oddslogic.com. They do have the latest line reports for the totals, point spread moves, and the injury report. That's oddslogic.com for the NBA information, betting lines, and everything else. First game we're going to look at here. We're not going to do all the games. I'm just picking a handful of games here. We're going to look at Indiana and Chicago. That's the first game. Total is 4.5. The spread is 4.5, excuse me. And the total is 241.5. Right now we see going from 4.5 to 5 at one book. That's DraftKings, as you can see there. And at Fanatics. So fives are starting to pop up in some spots, but mainly 4.5 right now. And we're at 241.5. So we're going to look into this line a little bit more, look at the line history to see what's happening. Just bear with me for a moment while we pull up the line history. It should come up at any moment, so you can know where the public is on and who the sharps are on. So as you can see here, the public is on Indiana for this game. They're on the Indiana side. Public, no action on the public side as yet. So now we're going to turn from that to the injury report for both of these teams. So we're going to look Indiana-Chicago injury report. Let's see here. Indiana-Chicago. See what injuries are coming up for this game. Lonzo Ball. So he's downgraded to being unavailable on Monday, so he'll not be playing. As you can see there, Lonzo Ball, he's out. Hope you guys can see that. Downgraded to out. Hope you guys can see it. Let's see, so Lonzo Ball, Patrick Williams, he's questionable. So he's questionable for Monday's game as well. TJ McConnell, ankle, questionable to play Monday. So those guys are 50-50. Tyrese Halliburton, hip, questionable to play Monday, 50-50. That's all we see so far. Let's see if there's anything else. Okay, we have Ayo Dosunmu, shoulder out indefinitely. Or out for the season, out for the season. And let's see if anything else comes up for both any of these teams. Torrey Craig out for the season, leg injury. And that's it. That's the injury report for Indiana, Chicago. So now we're gonna go to the lines itself. We'll look at the head-to-head between these two teams. We'll take a look at that. This is for Monday's games. So some of these games we're going to skip. Like I said, we're not doing all the games. It'll be just a few games we're going to be doing. So Indiana, Chicago, we'll look at this head to head. They have played 3 times already. So this is the 4th and final meeting. First meeting was in Chicago. Pacers were a 3.5-point favorite. They covered 132-123, and it went over the total, over 248. Second game, January the 8th in Indiana. Pacers were 5-point favorites. Pacers covered 129-113, under 246 at that point. Third game in Indiana again. Pacers are 11.5-point favorites. They covered it and won 127-112. It was under 240. So again, this is the 4th and final meeting between these two teams. Pacers overall 6-4 last 10, 5-5 against the spread, 4-6 to the under. Pacers have lost 2 straight games, 2-3 last 5 games, 2-3 to the under. Pacers. Chicago Bulls 4-6 last 10, 7-3 against the spread, 6-4 to the over. The Bulls have won 2 straight games. That's 2 games on the road, 3-2 last 5 games. And they are 3-2 to the over. So both teams are playing to the over right now. Actually, Indiana's playing to the under. Excuse me. They're playing to the under, and the Bulls are playing to the over. Pacers have lost 2 straight. Lost both games to Atlanta. That was a back-to-back game. So for me, the only play for me in this game, I don't trust the Bulls at all. I know they won 2 straight, but they're against a weaker opponent, in my opinion. So the way I have to play this game, I got to take Indiana. Indiana has dominated Chicago. They've won all 3 meetings. They've covered the spread in all 3 games. So I don't see that changing for this game tonight in Chicago. I think the Pacers get it done. And they cover the 4.5. It's at 5. I'll take Indiana to cover for the 4th straight time. I like him here. I like him 4.5. I like Indiana here. I don't trust the Bulls. I know the Bulls, like I said, they won 2 straight, but they played weaker opponents. They haven't played top-level opponents. And I still feel they're not to me, they're not really, they're not, I'm not really crazy about this team, in my opinion. So I think Indiana gets the job. I picked them. I actually picked Miami Saturday to cover the spread. I'm surprised the Bulls came back and won that game. Very surprised by that, but I don't see that happening here against Indiana. I think Indiana gets it done. Like I said, I can't see that. I can't see them competing against the Pacers, even at home. I don't trust them. So I thought that game against Miami was a fluke. I thought that was a fluky game that they won. I think that was a fluky game. But I think their luck's going to run out here. That 2-game winning streak's going to end, and I think the Pacers cover and win this game and win easily. So I like Indiana. Indiana minus 4.5. I like the Pacers. 4.5. I'm going to be taking them in this game. Next game we're going to look at here. Let's see here. We're going to look at Orlando and Houston. So Orlando and the Houston Rockets. That's the next game we're going to target. Orlando, Houston. This one here opened up. Let's get back to the screen here so you guys can see. Orlando, Houston. 5.5. See, let me go back. Sorry. Open up 4.5. Excuse me. 4.5 the opening number. Houston. Total 214. So now it's gone from 4.5. The number's gone all the way to 5.5. So 5.5 is BetMGM. It's mainly 5s out there right now, but we're seeing movement towards 5.5. And mainly 213.5s on the board. So mainly 213.5. 5.5 is the number. But mainly 5s. We'll say 5. And we'll say 213.5. So we're going to look into this game now. Look where the public is and the sharps are for this game. Wait for that thing to come up. And once again, as you can see, the public is all over Houston. Houston minus 5. No play on the total. Nothing there. It's been quiet. So we'll look at the injury report for the injuries for both teams to see get an update and see what's happening. That's Houston and Orlando. We'll look into this one. Houston, Orlando. Amin Thompson is out indefinitely. He has an ankle injury, as you can see there. Out with an ankle, Amin Thompson. Let's see. That's Orlando and Houston. Fred VanVleet. Ankle is questionable. So he's 50-50. Reed Shepard. Thumb. Questionable. 50-50 as well. Jalen Suggs, as you know, up for the season. Let's see. Houston, Orlando. Mortaz Wagner out for this season. And that's it. That's the injury report for both teams. So we're going to look now at take a look at the sides between both teams. That's Indiana, Chicago. Take a look at the sides. Let's see, we'll take a look. Orlando, Houston. All right, so we'll look at this matchup here, head to head. Let's see what's happening. All right, so this is actually the first meeting of the season between these two teams. April 9th, that was 2024, so that was like a year ago. The early part of 2024. So that was a year back. So this is the first meeting of the season between these two. So Orlando head to head. Orlando against other opposition at this moment. 4-6 the last 10 games. 5-5 against the spread. 4-6 to the under. So Orlando, as you can see, they are 1-4 last 5 games, and last 5 are 4-1 to the over. Houston, 5-5 last 10, 5-4-1 against the spread, 4-6 to the under. Houston. So Houston 2-3 last 5 games, and are 2-3 to the under. So both teams are playing. Actually, one team, Orlando's playing to the over. Houston's playing to the under. Head to head, Houston's dominating the series. So for me in this game, my play for this game. Let me look at this again. Yeah, my play for this game, I like Houston here. Houston minus, let me get the right number here. Yeah, I like Houston. Houston minus 5. I take him at 5. I would try to get at 5 before it goes to 5.5. So I like Houston minus the 5. I'm gonna get that now before all the books get to 5.5. So Houston minus 5 for me. I like the position that they're in. They've won 2 straight games. I know they beat the Pelicans twice, but still a win's a win. And to me, they're starting to build some confidence and momentum, especially at home. I know Orlando played Milwaukee, and they actually, let me see if they beat the Bucks. Let me check. I think we just showed that. Let me see. Because this could be, if they beat, let me see. Yeah, they beat Milwaukee outright. So this is basically, in my opinion, this is a letdown spot. You beat a top team, Milwaukee, and now you got to play Houston. So yeah, this is a letdown spot. That's another reason why I like Houston. They come off a win against Milwaukee. Easily a letdown spot here against Houston. So Houston's caught them at the right time off a big win. So I like the Rockets here, minus 5. Give me Houston. Lay the number with Houston. I agree with the public. I like Houston here. Next game I'm going to go for here. This will be game number 3. Let's see. So game number 3, we're going to look at. Let me take a look here. We're going to go to Portland Golden State. We'll do the Portland Golden State game. So you see here the number is opened up at 12, minus 12 Golden State, and the total is 232. So now the numbers come back down to 11.5. In most of the books, it's starting to go to 11.5. And the total's gone from 232 all the way down to 230. We're seeing some 230s on the board. So it's dropped down to that, it's gone down that low. So we are going to take a look at the line history. Look for who the public's on and who the sharps are on. So the public's on Portland. Public's on the Blazers. And, sorry, yeah, Public's on the Blazers for the side. The total, nothing on the total. So we're going to look into this game further. Head-to-head, Portland and Golden State. Look into that one. All right, so Portland and Golden State, we'll look into this game here. So they've already played. Actually, this is their second meeting. I'm surprised. I thought they played more than once. Yeah, they only played one time early in the season, October. So this is the second meeting. So first meeting, 23rd of October in Portland. Golden State was a 7.5-point favorites in Portland. They won easily, 140-104. And went over the total of 222.5. It went over. So this is the second meeting now. So Portland overall 5-5 last 10 games against other opposition, 5-5 against the spread, and 5-5 to the over/under. So Portland, they've lost 3 straight games, and they are 1-4 in their last 5. Oh, I forgot to check we'll check the injury report. I forgot to check the injury report. Let me get back to that in a minute. 1-4 last 5 games, and 2-3 to the under. That's Portland right now. Golden State, 9-1 last 10 games, 7-2 against the spread, 5-5 to the over/under. Golden State's won 4 straight games. 4 straight they've won. And they're 4-1 the last 5 games, and 2-3 to the under. So both teams are playing to the under. Yep, both teams are playing to the under. So now we're going to take a look at the injury report. I forgot to check that. I do apologize for that. We'll check that out. Yeah, we're going to check the injury report here for both of these teams, Portland and Golden State. All right, so we'll check the injuries here. All right, so we see Brandon Podziemski. Brandon Podziemski has the back issue. So he's wheeled out Monday at Portland with a back issue. He will not be playing. Portland and Golden State. Portland, Golden State. Not really seeing anything here. Everybody else looks like they're healthy. It looks like both teams have a healthy squad. Oh, Jonathan Kuminga's out indefinitely. He's been out for a while. Yeah, it looks like both teams have, and then Matisse Thybulle has been out for a while too. So for the most part, relatively everybody's healthy. I don't see any DeAndre Ayton. Let me check one more time. I know DeAndre Ayton was out of the lineup, I believe, a while back. Let me see if he's on the list or not. Okay, Robert. Okay, so we see something here now. I'm guessing I'm double checking. I just saw Robert Williams. I'm guessing I'm double checking this. I just saw Robert Williams. Let's see. I just saw him there. I don't know. I just saw Robert Williams. Let me check again. I know I saw Robert Williams here. I just saw that. I'm going to double check that. Look, everybody else is healthy. Yeah, Robert Williams is out indefinitely, so that's it. That's the injury report there. Portland's lost 3 straight. Oh man. Let me look at this again. Let me take a look at this. Man. let's see. Blazers on a back-to-back. Remember, they played Detroit last night and lost to the Pistons. Now they got to fly all the way to Golden State and play the Warriors. Yeah. Warriors are 11.5-point favorites. Let me see the first meeting. I'm going to stay away from the side. I'm going to look at the total here. Let me look at the total here. I have to take a look at that. So it's 2:30. And both teams are playing to the under. Let's see. Yeah, both teams playing to the under. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. It's 2:30. Man. Yeah, I'm gonna have to play the under in this game. I like the under. I know the first game. I know Golden State. I know the first game went over the total, but I believe this game's gonna go under. I like the under here, because normally they're 3-5-2 to the under at Portland Golden State. So they mainly play a lot of unders, and I think that's gonna continue in this game here. Both teams right now are playing to the under the last 5 games, and head-to-head, Portland Golden State 3-5-2 to the under. So I like the under. Under 2. Let me get the right number here. Get the correct one here. Yeah, so under, it's coming down too. So that's indicating that's going to go under. So it's 230.5 from 232 to 230.5, 230. Yeah, I like the under here. Under 230. I like the under here. I'll be on that. Yeah, under 230. No, I'm not playing the side or anything. Just under 230. Next game we're going to look at here is the Knicks and Sacramento. So Knicks and Sacramento, this is without Jalen Brunson. Brunson's out for about 1 or 2 weeks with, I think, a growing injury. And that game against the Lakers on Saturday. So they're without Brunson. Sacramento -1, total 224.5. Now all of a sudden, the Knicks are -2. They're 2-point favorites, unless Brunson's back in the lineup. I don't know. I'll double check the injury report here. But they're 2.5 now. All of a sudden the Knicks are favored in this one. That's interesting. Or it's maybe somebody from Sacramento's out. But the total has dropped to all the way from 224. We're seeing 220. 220.5. That's a major drop. Mainly 221s right now, but we see a 220. And it's at 2 for New York. So we're looking into this one further. Then we're going to check the injury report in this game. The Knicks are favored. They're the public. We'll check the injury report here. Nothing on the total, but we will check the injury report here. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, so we're gonna look at this. Look at this here. So Malik Monk is questionable to play Monday versus the Knicks with an ankle. As you can see there, questionable. See who else is on the list. Let's see. So far, he's the only player. Let's see if there's anybody else. Unless Brunson's back in the lineup, that's kind of weird. Let me see. Mitchell Robinson ankle questionable. Monday. Okay, so Jalen Brunson is out indefinitely. All right. Domantas Sabonis out indefinitely with a hamstring. So he's definitely out. Ariel Hawkporty is out indefinitely. That's for New York. Let's see. See if there's anybody else. And that's it. Yeah, that's it. That's all for the injury report. So we're going to look into this game further. That's the Knicks and Sacramento. See how they play without Brunson. We'll definitely look into this one. All right, so this one here. Definitely looking into this one here. So head to head, we see they had their first meeting January 25th in New York. So the Knicks were a 5-point favorite. They covered in 143-120. And it went over the total, 234. So this is the second meeting. New York overall, 5-5 last 10 games. 1-9 against the spread, 3-7 to the under. So the Knicks have lost 3 straight games. Lost to Golden State, Lakers on the road, Clippers on the road. And after that, they have 2 more games on the road. And right now, they are 1-4 last 5 games. So the Knicks offensively are struggling. Without Brunson, they scored 95 points. You're really struggling offensively. Let's look at the Sacramento side. 6-4 last 10, 8-2 against the spread, and 4-6 to the under. So Sacramento, they are 3-2 last 5 games, and are 2-3 to the under. So both teams are playing to the under. First meeting went over. So look at this game here. We'll see. Knicks have lost. They won the last 3 meetings against Sacramento. This is really strange. And the Knicks, all of a sudden, Knicks are a favorite. They were a dog to a favorite. Let me look at this. Let me look at this one here. I'm going to take a look at this. Definitely look into this one here. And this will be the last game that we're going to be reviewing for the NBA. This is the last one. New York, Sacramento. All of a sudden to 1.5. Let's see. Let's see. So it's gone. The Knicks. This is a tough one, man. Let's see. Knicks are a favorite all of a sudden. And so this was the first game was 234. This is 221. Yeah, the only way I can look in this, the way I got to play this game, Brunson's a big loss, and you can see when he's not there, they've gone under the total. The last 2 games, Lakers, Clippers. Yeah, I don't see anything changing. I got to take the under. Sacramento and the Lakers, I gotta look. I'm sorry, Sacramento and the Knicks, I gotta bet the under. And I agree with the market. The market's moving in their right direction. The Knicks are gonna be struggling offensively now. No Brunson, he's the catalyst for the Knicks, obviously. So you go from 224.5 to 221. Actually, he's gone down as far as 220. Yeah, I'm gonna have to bet I like the under here. So I'm gonna try and shop around for the best number. I'm gonna get it at 221. I have a FanDuel account, so for a FanDuel, I'm getting the 221. I'm trying to get it before it gets to 220. And I'm gonna take the under 221, New York, Sacramento. But shop around for the best number. To if you like the under like myself, try and get the best number as best you can, so you can beat the markets that way. That's it. Those are the games. That's all the games I have for the NBA edition, NBA Morning Edition. Thank you for joining me. My name's Abby. Whether you fear or follow these picks for the point spread picks and the over-under picks, it's up to you. Again, I look at the games and make my assessment, see what I like, and I make that pick. But either way, I hope you have a big Monday, hit some big winners on Monday for your plays, whatever plays you do or make. Again, hit the like and subscribe button for more picks and plays for over-unders and spreads that we're going to be providing each and every day. Again, good luck to you guys. Stay true to yourself. Stay blessed. Believe in yourself. Hit the like and subscribe button. Peace. I'm out. And we'll be doing the NBA player props this afternoon. I will give out some plays for the player props and team totals if we see any value for the team totals. Until then, peace. Take care.